In this video, we will learn how to find the square root of non-perfect square numbers. Specifically, we'll start with the square root of 2. So here, let's say our task is to find the square root of 2. So what I'm going to do is, I'll write this 2 as 2.0, where it doesn't make any difference, isn't it? Or if I put these zeros, this also doesn't make any difference as such in the value of the number, but it will really help us in finding the square root of this non-perfect square number. So what basically you have to do is, with any non-perfect square number you want to find the square root, just put some zeros after decimal and make sure that the decimal digit should always be paired, right? If it is falling short, you can place zeros to make pairs. And now what we are going to do is, we are going to divide this. This division is very similar to the normal division we do. The only thing over here is, we don't know what my divisor, I don't know what my divisor is. I'm starting with the the square table of squares here. I'm just writing it so that it will give me some idea. I don't have to write it much. Alright, so if I go for, if I ask you to choose, if I have to choose from here, it's what number shall I choose as my divisor? 1 square 1 or 2 square 4? Obviously 2 square 4 is greater than this 2, so I'll go with 1 squared 1. It's same as usual division. I have to subtract and I have to bring this decimal digit down, but the entire pair will come down, and since this is the decimal digit, I have to mark decimal here in my quotient. This becomes 100. The only difference with thing and the only difference here from normal division is, this digit which you have thought of 1 as your divisor, you have to add it to itself always, because this is not a normal division, this is a square root by division method. So this is what. So now I have this 2 over here with me. Let's say if I write 3 next to it, with this 2, if I write 3 next to it, what it will become? 23. So now the newly thought of digit is 3. I don't have to multiply 23 by 23, but 23 by the new digit. This is 69, which is smaller than this. So what I can do is, I can go with a little bigger digit, which you can also try with 25. Don't multiply 25 by 25, it has to be 25 by 5. So it's 125, which is way much bigger. So yes, we'll go with 4, which is just smaller than. So it will be 24 into 4 will be 96. And then again we have to subtract, it's 4, and again the next pair of zeros will move down. Don't forget to add this newly thought of digit to itself. It's 28 now, so now your number has become 28. Again you have to think of some digit. If you place 2 over here, it will become 282. Don't worry, you don't have to multiply 282 by 282, but you have to just multiply 282 by 2. What it will be? It will be 564, which is again a bigger number, so I'll go with 1, right? So it will be 281 when you subtract. Alright, don't forget to add. Every time you think of a new digit, you have to add it to the existing one, right? And if you subtract, what will you get? 9, 9 and 1. That's all. Now, so we can say that if you want to go for more digits, you can also put again take a pair of 0, and then now this will come down, and this division may go on and on, but to calculate till 2 decimal digits is sufficient. So here what I can do is, I can now say that the square root of 2 is 1.41 up to 2 decimal digits. So this is the method. The same method is applicable, and the interesting thing is, as many pairs of 0 you will take, this division is not going to end. This is another kind of number addition to the number family, about which we'll learn in the coming videos. Do let me know in the comment section which other topic you want me to cover for the in the next videos, and do like, share and subscribe my channel if you really find it helpful.